All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she be down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How you doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. Listen, check out the pinned comment for y'all that are broke right now because your tentative agreement and your actual contract sucked. First thing before we get into the meat and potatoes, what your union website, we're talking to the NALC, it states that you should be receiving your back pay somewhere by the end of August. But this is the post office. So you're looking probably at August, maybe September. What I have been hearing, and I'm sure that other people have been hearing it as well, is they are not going to give it to you in one check. Yeah. Take that to the bank. They're going to be splitting it up over multiple checks. I'm not sure if it's two. I've never seen this happen before, but that's the word at the moment. So you're looking at, end of August, September. Your tentative agreement was done back in March. So you look at April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, 6 months. They have 180 days. So, and once that's 6 months, I told y'all this shit is crazy, right? Yeah. Brian Renfro was talking to a group of people. I'm not gonna get into the details, but they were very perturbed. Okay, I actually have the audio. It's about 9 minutes long. There was a lot of screaming. He got pretty upset because they asked him why he didn't step down or would he step down. And I mean, they were going at it. Listen, I'm not going to show the video portion of it because, again, we don't want people to be exposed. What I'll do is I'll just have a picture there, but listen closely to his exchange with multiple carriers, union people as well. It was a rap session. And they were asking very straightforward. There's a couple of F-bombs there. There's a couple of curses. Man, I want to give my opinion behind it, but I'm not. I'm not going to give my opinion. But my opinion is that shit sucked, man. I don't like how the exchange went. He seemed so arrogant and he seemed so out of touch. They're specifically talking about one thing. There's a pivot to another. Very, very, very disturbing exchange. Not cute. Not cute at all. Also, they just brought up some more charges against him. They're going to be having some type of Zoom meeting. And you know what? I will pin that in the comments as well for all the unions. I believe it's on the 20th, maybe. I think Easter or 21st or 22nd. I'm not sure the exact day, but they brought some new charges up against him again. Yeah, y'all got a messy thing going on. So before I continue, I want you to think about this APWU Diamonds team. Please don't let ours get this messy. All right, please do not let the APWU negotiations get this messy. Please give us some updates. You see what Brian Renfro is going through right now. You actually have people that respect you. So don't let these people down. Even if you have your own personal feelings behind that, they put you in that position because they felt comfortable and confident that you were going to do the right thing. So, some people are, you talking to him? Yes, I am talking to him. I know that people reach right out to him and they show him these things. So please, Mr. Diamondstein, I beg of you, do not allow what's going on with the NALC to go on with us. I know that they closed their whole contract right now, and you're probably basing your stuff off of that. But please be more transparent about it. All right, listen, y'all listen to this. You're probably going to want to hear it a couple times. Oh man, again, it's 9 minutes long. So from whatever time this me stopping, you can just go right to it and just listen. Very disturbing. I feel like he's so out of touch. I feel bad for the carriers, honestly, because this is not just on the lower level or the higher level. This is the whole group bunched together. All right, y'all check this out. I'ma shut up. I covered that one. Yeah, your back pay. I did what I needed to do. Transfer the information, utilize it for what it's worth. This is JH. Check this out.
I'm just going to state this as a fact. 70% of us told you fuck no on that settlement, on that agreement that you brought forward. And you looked at the membership, said, fuck you, I'm doing it anyways. So my question is, and I'm not asking you to do this, I'm asking this question. Will you, as a man with dignity, resign as the president, or will you force the membership to drag you out?
No, I'm not going to resign, and what you just said is not true. We utilize an interest arbitration process. We put the evidence out there in front of the arbitrator with people that have been doing this, one of them since the early 80s, one since the late 70s, with our attorneys. We went through everything. Exactly what is summarized in the award is basically what we put in front of him. The arbitrator made the decision. I don't know where you get that narrative from.
Ask him what he asked for.
What exactly did you ask for that was different in the TA other than money?
What did you ask for money?
We asked
when you went in front of Nolan and you said, well, we have these proposed changes to workroom. We don't want them anymore. We're not going to propose these changes anymore. Did you do that or did you not do that? You told me you wanted them, right?
No, you go through the work rule, the changes that are in there. He asked questions about them. We agreed on what we're going to agree. We agreed to modify some of it. We agreed to change timelines. That stuff is guided by the official bargaining position of the NALC, the delegates of
So can you
conventions.
explain to me how that wasn't forced through?
It's not
We voted
forced
no
through.
on it. We said no to those workroom
That's correct.
changes.
No.
And you
That's
said I'm doing it
correct.
anyways.
The
Wow.
agreement was voted no. We went and we put the issues
That's
that
correct.
matter the most. Everyone in this room will agree, the economic issue.
No.
I can tell you personally, sir, I voted no on the workroom changes solely based on the workroom
Our
changes.
Constitution does not provide for specific portions of a tentative agreement to be voted yes or no.
Exactly.
We voted on
Yeah.
the whole thing.
So what is the solution? To then abandon?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hang
We
on.
voted no.
You do not abandon what the NALC Constitution, the processes it puts forward. Branches, state associations submit resolutions. They go to the National Convention. They are debated. They are voted upon. Once they are adopted, those are the official bargaining positions of the union. Those that bargain for the union, me, are obligated to bargain those things. So what you are suggesting is that we should have gone into this process knowingly that the Postal Service was in agreement to include an official bargaining position of the NALC in the agreement, and we should have taken that away. That would clearly violate the duties of me and the Executive Vice President in Article 9 of the Constitution.
Can you provide copies of the resolutions that were passed at National Convention?
You can get copies of any resolution that you want, brother.
I'm asking.
They're everywhere. Talk to someone in your branch that's attended a convention. They have them all. If you have any that you don't, feel free to call Patrick's office. You call Nicole Ryan at headquarters. We'll make them available. We're planning in the postal record, we're going to publish and cover all the things that were achieved. This collective bargaining agreement achieved more official bargaining positions than anyone in decades, in a number of years. There's lots of them. So let me ask you this. You voted to reject PTFs and CCAs getting annual leave advanced at the beginning of the year?
I voted to reject the changes to 1260. I voted to reject the
If you wish,
16.7.
if you want the Constitution to provide a ratification process that includes a ratification vote or any form of whatever the process would be, that's up to whoever would potentially submit this. An amendment to the Constitution should be submitted by a branch that changes the ratification process in Article 16 to specific details. Then it would go to the convention, if submitted appropriately and on time, it would be debated and the delegates of the convention would decide. The Constitution does not provide for that type of ratification process. Everyone's going to have different opinions.
I will agree to disagree.
With what do you disagree?
Brother, those resolutions don't exist. You can't tell me they do. No one in this room would go against the 12-hour limit.
Are you telling me there's no you're telling me there's no resolution that exists to allow people to clock out and go home when they reach maximum
Are you
work
telling me
hours?
that there's a resolution that exists that allows people to work over 12 hours?
No, I'm not telling you that.
That was what you bargained for, sir.
No, what we bargained.
Yes, you did.
What we bargained
What did we get for
is to allow people to end their tour on their own, no matter what management says, and go home when they reach maximum work hours. An official bargaining position of the NALC.
And
So
what
let's
did you
talk about
concede, sir?
here's what it is
did you
right now.
concede?
Right
That's the
now,
question.
they can force anybody to work over it. What's going to not be the case in the future is those that want to do it can do it, just like they can do it now, if management lets them. And those that don't want to do it, the contract protects them from discipline. So here, what changed? That's what changes.
Yup, CCA's
Nothing
never
changes.
done.
There's no change for CCAs or
I'm
PTS.
still waiting for you to answer
So
the
they can
question.
work over.
What resolution that was passed at a national convention was for carriers to volunteer to work over the 1260 limits?
I don't think there's not a
Exactly.
resolution.
So when we voted no, you should not have included that provision. You should have said, nope, we're not bringing this. This is
What did we
not-
get for it?
What did we get for it? What did we get for that?
The ability to go home.
That won't happen.
Yes.
When have you been on a
And
work week floor?
arbitrators have already had our side.
Yeah, where?
That award that
Where?
says the 12 hours is an absolute.
Where? Tell me where a
They
case
back
is-
us when
where?
it comes to discipline.
Tell me where a case, you tell me where arbitrators have granted protection from discipline. There's 3 places around the whole country. And then we'll talk about the cases we've lost, where they did not grant it. You know what? Now, every single letter carrier, when they get to their maximum work hours, this bullshit of the last 35 years of interpreting Mittenthal's award wrong by NALC people and the Postal Service, gone.
No.
If we had better
Protected from discipline, you clock out and go home.
if we had better wages, we wouldn't have to work
That's what
over
the official
60.
position was, and that is what we
This
negotiated.
was a poor
That's what I'm saying.
substitution for our
More pay, we
already
wouldn't have to go over
long-standing
60.
issue. That's what they got out of you. They got one on you, Brian.
No, they didn't get
They looked at
anything
you and
on that.
said, we're gonna have these people volunteer to work over 12 hours.
They'll be forced.
I'm gonna have
They will be
carriers who are
forced.
brand new being forced to work over with the threat of being issued a letter of separation. That's gonna happen.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
should-
have brand new
perhaps you should-
CCAs
no, I
being
think-
told, keep going or you're fired. It's
Perhaps,
gonna
no,
happen.
I think you should read the new employee experience MOU.
Gotta get people that want to apply
Brand new
first.
barriers, that's a huge piece
They
of
can
this.
remove, they can issue a letter of separation during your probationary period regardless of any reason.
Yeah, there's no
Those
change to
MOUs that
that.
you sign on, those don't protect them.
Yeah, there's no change to that.
I know.
And you're not
And
going,
they're
and
the
no
ones
one
that are
else
getting
is going to
abused from it.
negotiate that either.
And they're gonna be abused with it. Before, I could file a grievance of them working over and make them pay my monetary escalation. Management sat there and says, well, I'm not gonna pay that extra money. I'm not gonna do this to these people. Now, they're looking at me saying, good luck. I'm just gonna keep doing it. If they refuse, I'll fire them, I'll hire somebody else, and we'll do it all over again. That's what they're telling us already.
We don't have a
That's
lot of
what's gonna
people
happen to
anymore.
our members.
Then just
Because
enforce
it's
your
your
own.
oversight.
No, enforce the agreement. Dude, you clearly do not have the contractual knowledge to have this
Do
conversation.
you not understand what a letter of separation is?
I
Have you ever
understand.
agreed one, sir? Have you ever agreed a letter of separation? What happens when he gets that beat?
He'll get one next year.
We don't win those. We don't win them.
Oh, you mean you send grievances to step B for people that didn't have access to the grievance procedure?
We try filing grievances for people that get issued letter of separation in hopes that we might get one over on management.
And what's your point with this?
You left them open to further abuse.
What do you mean left them
You
open? There's
did.
no change.
Because there's no deterrent anymore.
There's no change
They're
to access
being
to.
voluntold to do something over a threat of being fired.
There's no change to grievance rights for anyone.
Okay, let me intervene because we got other people that got questions. Elliot, you made your
I will
opinion
I
very
will
clear.
leave. His answer is clear. He's gonna force us to drag him out.
All right.